Summer Games Done Quick 2016 is partially sponsored by the Yeti, the official tea sponsor of Games Done Quick events since 2012. The Yeti has a special SGDQ collection, and with each $11 shirt sold from this collection, the Yeti will donate $3 towards Doctors Without Borders. These shirts are available during SGDQ and until July 10th at midnight Central Time. To get your shirts, you can visit theyeti.com/SGDQ. That's the Yeti, YETEE.com. Yeti is also, Summer Games Done Quick is also sponsored by Humble Bundle, a website offering pay-what-you-want bundles to support charity and developers. On top of their video game bundles, they also have bundles for mobile games, ebooks, and comics, as well as their Humble store. They've raised over $75 million for charities such as Doctors Without Borders and many more. You can visit their website and check out their latest bundles at humblebundle.com. You just watched Tudos play Donkey Kong 64. Coming up after this is Dangerless with Wario World.
I'm Tonic, and we are here on day 4 of Summer Games Done Quick 2016. I'm joined by Tudos, who just put on the Donkey Kong 64 run for us. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. I thought that run went pretty good, so feeling good.
Yeah, absolutely. So how's it being here at SGDQ 2016?
I've been to the past 4 GDQs, I think. This is just a really fun experience, and obviously raising money for charity is a really good thing to do, so I'm glad I can play video games fast and raise money at the same time.
Awesome. Yeah, so how'd the run go? How'd you feel through it?
I was a little shaky the first trick, tag roll storage. It took me like a minute and a half. I'm not exactly sure, but started off a little shaky, but I think I got progressively better as the run went on. K-roll fight, besides the choke at the end, it actually went really well, so I'm really happy with the K-roll fight.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. So could you talk a little bit about how you got into speedrunning and especially DK64?
I think, let's see, I started watching speedrunning back AGDQ 2012, I want to say. The run, I was like, I guess I tuned into the stream, and the run that like made me get hooked, I guess, was Runner Guy's Majora's Mask run back then. And like, holy crap, this is cool. So I just started following the speedrunning community, and I didn't want to do runs though, and I'd say about a year later, the runner I Ate Your Pie, he dragged me into the speedrunning community, got me speedrunning. So big thanks to him for doing that. And I didn't really have a game for first couple months, and I eventually settled on DK64 after watching CFox and Ring Rush stream it a long time ago. So, and I saw the moon kick trick, and I'm like, holy crap, this is cool. I want to do this too. So that's basically what got me started running the game.
Cool. So you had a lot of support behind the couch and from the crowd today, and I think it's representative of the DK64 community you have. So could you talk a bit about like who's involved and where all the people fall into place?
DK64 is a pretty big community. Now, it's not quite like SM64 or Super Mario Sunshine size, but there's a ton of people, and if there's any new runners who want to get into it, we do have a Discord. We have a bunch of documentation for all the categories we have, any percent, no levels early, and 101%. It's all there. You can probably follow my Twitter, twitter.com/Tudos, or watch my streams. I can get you all the info. Just send me a message, and want to get started running DK64, I can help you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think something we see from a lot of runners is that everyone's really willing to help in this community. If you have questions, you can really honestly come to anybody and talk to them about it, which is cool. So do you have anything you're looking forward to in the schedule coming up?
I got to cheer my boy Pi on in Super Mario Maker Race.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one thing I'm looking forward to the most. Also, the Elder Scrolls block a little bit later on. That's going to be amazing. My boy Albana Albatross is doing Morrowind. So it's going to be a good run.
Yeah, awesome. I think that wraps it up for us, so thank you for joining me, Tudos.
All right, thank you for the interview.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll kick it back over to Tech.
Go. Just a reminder that Summer Games Done Quick 2016 is sponsored by Twitch.tv, our streaming partner. Thank you, Twitch. We have a $100 donation from Twinkle Biscuit. Love this event and look forward to it every year. So glad to see all the support everyone is giving. Figured I'd donate during the DK64 run because it brings back so many frustratingly fun memories. Thanks to all the behind-the-scenes people and the runners. We have $25 from Interesting Output. Watching speedruns has always amazed me. Games Done Quick does this for amazing causes. My fascination of watching speedruns started with first-person shooters, but the excitement is seeing every game I've played in my early years being completed in astounding ways. Here is $25 going for Hexen, with Cubeface playing Mage class. As for Super Metroid, why not save the kills and frame the animals? Here's a $50 donation from Crunchjaw. 2 does, you better not fall in the water and choke the run, or we're kicking you off the SRL Splatoon team. $25 from Team Northstar. Pastecat here. Shoutouts to a fellow squid from myself and the rest of the gang at Team Northstar Splatoon team. Tudos, what you are doing is awesome.
Sounds good.
And we wish you the best of luck on the rest of the run. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Go to sleep then. Thank you.
Okay. I'm Dangerless, and this is Omega Galax and Mr. Shasta. We've all been kind of running this game for a long time, long commitment. And I decided to try to showcase this one more time since Omega Galaxus was kind of out there.
Hey, that was 3 years ago. We all kind of stopped playing after the 3 years, and then suddenly Danger kept on playing for that. So now compared to my run a few years ago, this is going to be a little bit shorter than compared to my run some SGDQ, I think it was 2014. So yeah, this one will be hopefully a lot better than that one.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah. There's been a lot of changes through this game for the past year since Danger kept playing. Compared to mine, there's been a few new tricks found, rerouting. So this is going to be like a whole new experience compared to what last time was.
And we're ready. Everyone else ready?
Yep.
Yep, anytime.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So the objective, pretty much in each of these levels, is going to be collecting a certain amount of red crystals. So World 1's going to be like 3 red crystals. World 2, 4 crystals, so on and so forth. So, and there's 8 in each level. So we're going to try to collect the fastest ones instead of the slowest ones, or, more of the ones out of the way. And we need those to access the boss at the end of these levels.
He's actually going to skip the little cutscene you can't get out of. He's not just going slow on purpose or anything. You just can't get out of this at all.
Yep.
It introduces the spritlings in the game, which are always helpful enemies you have to collect.
I've tried everything possible to skip that little cutscene, but there's just no way.
Yeah, it just stretches so high for the trigger zone. He'll be the only one we'll be saving for this run.
And there are 5 in each world. Here's the first little mini skip in the game right here. You just go to the top of that stuff, it just jumps up onto that ledge, grabs it, and just get that little crystal quickly.
Also, here's another area you can't skip.
After this, we're good, though.
And who that guy was a garlic dispenser. I don't know his real name, I forget. But what he does is if you have enough money, you can buy garlic for health. Which hopefully we definitely won't need.
Yeah, we most likely never will.
No.
So the first level is pretty straightforward. It's kind of like a tutorial level, but some of this stuff we're not even going to bother with. Like you see a bunch of little boxes around, like right back there. Those are spritlings. They're supposed to give you tips and hints and stuff.
So talk about the first boss of the game, which what he's going to do here is he's going to jump into him, punch him 3 times, then do a ground pound on top of him, which does 6 hits. And then he's going to get him off the edge like that, which will do one skull damage to him. And then he's going to punch him one more time and just him correctly so he can ground pound like that and go off the edge again. And that kills him. And then he's going to pause exit as soon as he dies. And now just get up before the outro cutscene plays.
Yep, as soon as you see a purple icon of the boss being defeated, and then you go to the pause menu, if you see that symbol filled out on your bar, then you're safe to go to leave the level without watching the whole cutscene before leaving the level. Saves roughly like 10 seconds each time.
We'll be doing that for every single boss in the game as well. Except for final boss, of course, but that should go without saying.
Yeah, because that's where we hit the time.
Exactly. Only there is you grab the ledge, which skips going around to unlock a gate. And here's the first crystal of this, which is really simple. Look at this. That's it.
Yep.
Now, same thing right here. He's going to do a precise little dash into a jump. Now he'll get around another gate, which saves a lot of time.
Yeah, also what that did was skip a fight further up above the level, which is a creature called a crystal entity. And then when you trigger that fight, there's going to be a huge barrier they're going to be trapped with, and then you're forced to fight that monster, and it takes roughly 30 seconds to defeat a crystal entity.
Now here's the first arena skip of the game. See if he can pull it off. And flawless.
Ooh.
That was awesome. That's really, really hard to do, by the way.
Trickier than I thought. He triggered it. He did trigger the arena,
Yeah.
but he somehow didn't get sucked in, which...
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially it skips a 60-second auto-scroller where you can't get out of it and have to just wait through it, the entire thing. Every arena in the game is skippable except for one in Wonky Circus. So you'll see that one later.
And even if you kill all the enemies in those arenas, you're still stuck in there until time's up.
So here's the second boss of the game. Essentially what he'll be doing is he's going to be hitting him 3 times. He has to get all 3 hits in a row here, including the headbutts, like that, in order to actually do the full skull damage. And then if times his dash corrected there, you can actually skip another phase where he will spin around and shoot a bunch of spiky balls at you.
And if you're too late to hit him, he'll just be invincible, and he'll just be spamming these spike balls everywhere. And that's a perfect fight. Nice.
That was really good.
Oh, now it's a perfect fight. Nice.
There we go. A little early. It's actually possible to actually leave the level.
Or him actually disappearing, and then you're forced to leave the level.
So even though it looks like the boss is actually dead, until he gives you that medal, the level's not done.
Here comes the first world boss, Dynamite. This one went through a few changes before the last time I did this run.
Essentially, he lowers his head down just far enough to where you can actually ground pound the top of his head, which will then destroy him with his phases. And with correct timing, you actually do that 5 times in a row. Like that. Which just skips him doing a bunch of attack animations, which can take forever or can take like a little bit amount of time.
You just juggle this boss till dead.
And perfect fights.
Yep.
Good stuff.
And same thing there too for big bosses. Instead of like a symbol of the boss defeated, you get a key, which you need 4 keys from each world, which is from the world bosses. And then having all 4 will grant you to fight the final boss.
And for some of the bosses, they'll scream, so you can actually leave as soon as they scream, and you don't have to wait for the key to show up in your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Now, instead of going back to the world map, just through the little entrance there, he just kills himself and just goes back over here. It's just a little bit faster.
World 2 kind of introduces the most obnoxious trick, I think, in this game, because it's going to be pretty much frame perfect to always do throughout this run.
And it had to be found. Like I said, we thought it was TAS only, but now there's a buffer method, so that's great, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was. Well, I'll get to it when we get there. We're almost there.
Definitely. Also, what he did there was he actually jumped up the cliff by staying at a very precise spot and then dashing and jumping at a very precise angle, and that allowed him just get to that little mini game a little faster.
Yeah, you're just supposed to come on around through after this gate. Then you go out this little cliff. There's like a little ghost ball thing that floats up, and then you climb on that to go on the cliff. But instead, you can just hang on the wall and just dash jump right onto there. And plus, you think we could just hop over that skeleton door there once we were up that hill, but unfortunately, there's just a huge barrier right above that skeleton door, so we're forced to fight it.
Now, we actually went around that fence there to skip a little fights. There's enemy there actually spawns a barrier around them. They have to kill in order to advance.
Yeah,
but
that's
go
a-
around the fence there actually skips
Yeah,
them.
that's another crystal entity.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you won't see a single one.
2, 3. There we go.
There we go.
There it is. That's a super jump.
That's super jump.
Essentially-
That's gonna
go.
skip the second skeleton boss, which has more health and all that. And who wants to explain the super jump?
I think you should, Dangerless.
Okay, so super jump is a frame perfect trick. So you're trying to get this one Pacific frame where Wario's slightly off the ground. So you press R and A at the same time and pause. We pause buffer it to make it easier, but you can do it without pause buffering. But
Good luck.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, after you pause buffer, as soon as the game resumes, you have to press and hold A again immediately in
That's
order
also
to super
another
jump.
reason.
But
Yeah,
pretty
again.
much what super jump is, though, it's like a double jump. It's 2 jumps in 1.
Also, back there was another arena. All you have to do to skip that one is hold down, and when you fall down the pit.
Nice backup
Good-
super
good
jump.
Yeah.
That's really, really hard to do, by the way, just so everyone's aware. And he does it very consistently.
That little punch grab thing I was trying to do is kind of. It depends on your momentum, which is entirely frame dependent, so it happens.
Also, if done correctly, you can actually go inside these little boss doors by clipping inside of it instead of waiting for all the crystals to go down. Which is a little bit hard to do as well. It's precise timing, but yeah.
The easiest you could do is be on the corners and try to wedge yourself in.
I always found that one to be the hardest to clip into for some reason.
Especially where it's just a 4 crystal one. In World 4, where there's 6 crystals being placed, and somehow those are easier than this one.
Also, this is Brawl Dull. Essentially, what we're doing is getting these little pillars and killing them immediately like this. That's the entire fight, essentially. But using the pillars will just hurt him immediately and get him to where you can actually ground pound him instead of having to punch him 5 times.
Yeah, instant knockout.
For the last skull, there's a chance where the pillars may not spawn, which is worst case scenario.
I never had that before, actually.
Consider yourself very lucky.
Well, I still remember the sandworm not spawning back, so you're forced to leave the level and come back in and go through all the level again just to get to the boss. Wonky Circus.
Oh, man.
Good memories, right, Danger?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a thing we're trying to find.
I always find World 2 the hardest because the optimization's just much more, I want to say strict, but yeah. You can super jump up there onto this platform and save like 5 seconds. Only if you do it on the first try. So you can't do it multiple times, otherwise you lose the opposite.
There's going to be another super jump to skip around a gate, which saves a few seconds if done correctly.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we're doing the gate in that case.
Yeah, we'll have to go to the gateway.
You actually need a fully charged throw here in order to actually destroy the gates as well.
Yeah, if you just throw the enemy without charging at all, it's going to get smaller and smaller, so you have to hit it with 3 different enemies.
It's skipping that first gate doesn't really save much time. It saves like about 4 or 5 seconds total.
It's still cool optimization though if you get it. This super jump here skips just going around to where that little blue ball is on the stick there to actually just go to where he is now. That saves the thing around 10-15 seconds. Now it's going to very precisely ground pound this right here and then fall down. And if done correctly, he skips another crystal entity, which he just did.
Yeah, all you do is just grab onto the ledge, let go, then just tap down twice, and you should be out of the trigger zone.
Now here's the only unskippable arena in the game.
Yeah, this is the only arena in this game you cannot skip. You cannot go around. You cannot go from the like above floor and drop down.
We've tried
'cause
so many things.
We tried super jump. We've tried enemies to throw you around it. If you go out of bounds, in this game, you fall forever. So this is the one arena where you just gotta have some fun.
Now would probably be a good time for a donation or something.
Yeah, you got 30
Yeah.
seconds.
We have $50 from Sandman2627. Longtime viewer, first time donating. So excited to be a part of this. We also have another $50 from Chapo. Longtime watcher, first time donator. Thank you to everyone involved with this event for all your hard work. And best of luck to all the speedrunners.
All right, see if you can get the roof straps, Danger.
Maybe. Yeah.
There
Oh,
we
that's
go.
so cool.
I'm not gonna go for this. You can skip this gate as well, but if you miss it, you end up losing potentially 20 seconds. Skipping it saves like 7 max.
We'll explain what's down in the pits if it happens.
Yeah. Going to the pit is just a sad thing.
I guess their goal is for us not to go down to the pit at all, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Now, if he actually misses his cycle and a glue ball for whatever reason, he actually will get burnt, so he has to get that right there. I know that from personal experience. It's not pleasant.
You have to wait several cycles before you can get back up there and wait for the fire to stop.
Exactly. This boss is kind of a bit of an auto-scroller because you have to wait for him to go over here on his giant ball there, and then he's gonna actually take off his head, and with precise timing, you can hurt him. You punch him 3 times in a row like this,
Yeah, you
then ground pound him.
put that quite well.
You have to do that 7 times, so get ready for that.
And the only risk here is if the small heads attack you when you're trying to pick up the boss. And if that happens, then you have to restart the cycle. So towards like the last 2 or last 1 or 2 skulls, there'll be a lot more heads on these platforms.
They're a bit annoying to deal with occasionally. They'll try and just jump at you whenever you're trying to hurt the main guy there.
It's kind of funny for I know all the bosses' names except I think this one escapes me. What's this guy's name?
I know I had a cool
Show-
pun. I had a cool pun for a name. I remember that.
I thought it was like a clown showdown or something like that.
Clown around. That's what it
Clown
was.
Around?
I think it was.
Yeah, that's the boss name.
I love that name. I just noticed you're doing 2 hits and then you're doing the headbutt, I guess, and that's killing him immediately. I just noticed that.
Yeah, doing a head bash does like double damage depending on the enemy. So in this case, it does 2.
All right, 1 last hit.
And good.
Sweet. Now we got the second world boss, which is
A set
Twin
pattern.
Dragon. Yep, a set pattern the entire time, so not much variance to this boss at all, which is nice. If you mess him up, though, it's all on you.
Yeah, like I did in the training room. I did not know if you delay your first punch on the first hit right here, you'll skip one of the flame breath phases and it'll just go right to the sticky ball one.
Yep. I've done that before, though. It's not pleasant. Actually, if one of the heads like falls down on screen, it'll cause a little bit of lag. So you actually want to be like a little off the screen because of that.
Yeah, turn the camera to the right or left, wherever the flame is going.
Yeah.
Just saves like a few seconds overall. It's not a big deal or anything. Tails is trying to hit you, just can't get it.
Yeah. But yeah, this boss, he's just super straightforward. I mean, it's as fast as he gets.
Do you have any time for donations?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. We have $20 from Godfrey Awesome. Thank you to all the runners, staff, donations, and Doctors Without Borders. Let's keep up and save the animals. So just a quick reminder that Summer Games Done Quick 2016 is sponsored by Power Up Audio, an indie sound studio from Vancouver, Canada. Worked on games like Towerfall Ascension and Action Hank. Check them out at powerupaudio.com.
Now time for World 3. My least favorite world in the entire game, honestly.
Yes.
It's my personal favorite.
So many arenas to screw up.
And generally there's a lot of just like slowness to it. Except for this first area. This first area is really fast.
Well, this part I love.
Yeah, I love this part too.
Because it has giant slides.
Whee!
Can you make the shot, though?
Yeah, it's easy.
Hold
Yeah.
one.
So World 3 introduces 2 arenas each for some weird reason. And they're pretty simple to skip. Except for this one. This one coming up. So this is a mini boss anglerfish. If I can get a 3.8 pile drive with that snowman and then don't move, the snowman like never dies and it keeps hitting this boss over and over and over again, essentially pretty much killing itself.
Yeah, and when you spin an enemy, you'll see a number in the top left of the screen, which is the distant. Oh,
Oh,
he just
that was
knocked you.
cool.
He wouldn't let me.
Dude, optimization, let's go.
But there'll be another one later on, and he has more health, which is a little more important to actually get that strat on.
Yeah, these are just more of these barricade or mini bosses.
So this arena,
You got this.
nope.
Nope.
I couldn't even tag the wall.
That one's really hard to skip. You can do it also without a super jump, but it's easier with it if you can get it.
Hurry, you got a donation?
Yep, there's your done.
Sure. We have $50 from Frice. Discovered GDQ after last year's SGDQ had completed. Was able to donate to AGDQ 2016, and it's time to do the same for SGDQ 2016. As always, this is speedrunning. So this first $50 of SGDQ 2016 goes towards killing them tasty, tasty animals. We have $10 from DMJ654184. I remember when I was a kid, I got the GameCube as my first console. My grandma got me Wario World, and I played it all the time. Good to see it run at a GDQ. Oh, and kill the animals.
Alright, just about out of here.
All right.
This area's kind of cool because you can use some of the ice physics as well to actually put yourself like a little forward, like a little bit faster. We'll see some momentum like that later on.
So that arena back there is probably the only one I'll fail. It's just the hardest for some reason. Because even there was a backup strat. If you don't get the super jump, you can. If you face the right angle, you could have tagged the wall, which for a brief moment you could have jumped straight out.
This one's really cool, see? You
We
gotta
do it-
just jump over the top here.
And those enemies, what are they called? Faddingtons? Faddingtons? If you touch them, they kind of just bounce you around.
It makes this area a little bit annoying, to say the least. Especially that little slope there. If they knock you off of that, then it's a little bit annoying to get back up.
No, wait, this is the hardest arena.
Oh,
I'd
man.
say.
Hardest arena.
And we're through.
Yes!
Yes!
Yeah. Okay, this is the other angler that has more health. So trying to get to 3.8 would probably save a bit of time. There we go.
Nice.
And now you know it works if you see that animation right there. Like the hurt box is still there, so it'll connect with the anglers right there, and then hurts them every time. As long as you don't... I forget, like if you get hit by that thing or if you kill it, it will get rid of it.
Yeah, if you hit the snowman, or even just push B button or even R button, it cancels out the glitch. Just think of them as your friends.
This is pretty crazy, to say the least. It's really the only like major or really glitch in the game that matters in the speedrun. The rest is just optimizations.
Yeah, this game
Like-
is pretty much glitch-free, surprisingly.
Yeah, without...
All it is just
Super jump.
level exploiting.
Now I got one more crystal before we get into the boss, which is conveniently right next to us.
Yeah, World 3, you need 5.
And that was that crystal. Just walk through and you'll hit a single spike ball.
Alright, now we got this boss here. If done correctly, he can essentially hurt him twice in one phase, if I'm right.
Yeah.
But he needs to drop into the rock, which he is not doing. Or that happens, I forgot about that. So now he's going to throw that rock into the lava, and then ground pound like this, and then he's going to go back into the sky and get hurt immediately, and grab down here, so he can just do another hit.
This guy used to be a huge jerk, Winter, several years ago, when we couldn't even think about a route to how to route this boss out. Same thing for the next world boss. It disappeared.
Dang.
Yeah. So there's an occasional chance. There's a little bit of luck involved, but if it drops an extra ball thing, you can actually kill this boss with a speed kill for the last cycle. Saves like 5-6 seconds.
There it is. If you don't get any of those phases, by the way, boss was a little tricky to kill. But thankfully with that strat, you can just kill him with that.
You see, the next level I loved, but I just hated the boss. Okay, hated the boss, loved the level.
Same. I love the music in this level as well, too. It's
Yeah.
really lively. The music game in general is also really just good in general. This is probably my favorite song in the game.
If only Treasure made more of Wario games.
Yes.
Wink, wink.
Yep.
Ah. Depending on how fast those blocks fall, I can kind of get Wario to grab in between them. And I can just jump straight up to it, the red crystal.
Yeah, jump into that waterfall there, which is a little bit precise. Let's do super jump like that. It just skips having to go all the way around to where he is now in order to get to where he is.
This is like the only, like, I think auto-scroller sub-level we do in this game. Because the other two are too far out of the way to go for. And it takes about, what? This takes about 13 seconds? There is a strat, though, if you want to go for it. If you're crazy enough, you can save 10 seconds if you can get, like, the perfect angle and super jump on top of this box.
That's really hard, obviously.
Yeah.
So we probably haven't explained about what those gold things are. Those are trophy pieces in each level, as well as the crystals or the treasure in this game. Collecting all of the trophy pieces in these levels, yeah, all 8 of them in each level, they will gain you half a heart for your max health. So, but every time you grab a new thing, it shows a little notification box. So this is the first time we pick up a box right here, or a trophy piece right there. Just to save like a half a second.
Now he's gonna do one dash and then jump right there, skip the arena below there. Which game wants you to go to by just ground pounding inside of it, but you can just do that instead.
Yeah, that's a trap for 100% because there's a trophy right down below that breakable spot, and it puts you right into that arena.
Yeah, and then the only way you can get out of it is some good luck with the birds.
So Nance actually has all 5 crystals he needs right now. He just needs to get to the boss, but he's still pretty far away from it. So now the rest of the level is just going to be going straight to the boss. Just gets 2 magnets here in order to actually save time on killing the other magnets, essentially.
Yeah, you can super jump up there, but it's kind of risky if you fall, because if you fall, you have to go up, down, and around, lose like 30 seconds.
Here's another barricade enemy.
I really don't like this guy here. These little balls that he drops are really easy to just get hurt on.
Okay, I think I might need to try to focus right here.
Okay.
And that's not it.
Oh
There
my
you
god,
go.
nice. That's good. So what he did there is he skipped in the arena, and then he skips another crystal entity, and then he did a super jump to skip another one of those tree barrier enemies.
So it's like,
It's
you
like-
just saved like 2 minutes right there.
Probably close to 3 or 4
Yeah,
minutes, actually.
something
That's
like that.
ridiculous.
The arena's a minute, the crystal entity's 30 seconds, and a tree fight's like probably another 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, with the movement as well.
Yeah.
All of them. What he's doing here is actually skip another one of his phases by just jumping into the center here and just bash him a few times like that. And then he's going to catch him again right here.
This boss was a huge trick many years ago, but after the setup was found, you just bait the Spideraticus to be instant aggro if you're on his web. And then you could just juggle him right here.
If he is behind like that, then essentially he'll just stand like still the entire time. If in any other place, then he'll actually start moving back to the center, I think.
I just remember the world boss. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Oh, yes. And that's it. That boss is actually really hard.
And if you think Wario bosses can't get any weirder, just wait until you see one coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only important thing to remember with the spider is that each skull, it's kind of a gimmick in this game. Each boss, each time you take away their health, they get faster and faster.
Yeah, the AI speeds up.
Yeah.
All right, so
Shield your eyes.
yeah, this is PG stream now. This is Red Brief J. So
This,
so yeah.
This boss you cannot physically hit no matter what, so you have to make him fall into the lava.
So the entire opposition for his fight is having him just dash not too long in these last phases. This should gain good luck on like his moves, and hopefully doesn't do like anything that lasts too long.
And try to reduce the lag is a must
Yeah.
for this part.
So right now he's going precisely into there, so he just doesn't move too much. He'll be doing that for the next 3 phases too. Every single phase as well, he does one more dash every single time, so you have to prepare for that too. Other than that, this boss is pretty straightforward. You can probably fit another generation here.
There's one move that's really much faster to get hit by. It's like he does this purple aura around him, then he starts to twirl, or like a ballet or so, whatever he does.
Yeah.
If you get hit by that, this saves the rest of the animation and gets rid of it, and then he does his next attack.
All right. For donations, we have $5 from Robot Faker. Hey there, I've been watching Games Done Quick since 2014 and started donating last year. Loving the Wario World run, and here's to killing the animals. Because as Wario says, have a rotten day.
Well, we're trying to kill this one so far. But
$5 from Pinda233, first-time watcher and first-time donator. Can't wait for the Super Metroid speedrun. Let's kill the boosted animals.
see, that's the attack. Immediately just canceled out.
It takes a while. If actually gets hit during this phase, it just resets the entire phase again, unfortunately. I should do one more attack, and then you'll start doing the dashes again. Yeah, now we have one more world after this.
Yeah, there's only 4 worlds in this game with 2 levels in each one. But then again, this game is a decent length if you want 100% it for the first time. I mean, this game is still longer than like how Luigi's Mansion or Pikmin is. Still short, but it's still a fun game.
Definitely.
And the first level in World 4 I find to be the most hardest level in the game because there's a lot of super jumps involved. The sub-levels are kind of at their highest difficulty as well. And there's the arena skip is kind of iffy because it's really specific to get as well to skip it.
I think I mentioned earlier, but additionally, you have to collect 6 crystals in this area. And same with Pecan Sands, next area.
And yes, these blocks are completely random no matter what.
Very good luck there, though, because you got the last one right near the crystal.
Right next to the crystal, yeah. There you go.
Nice. You can also go around that gate by just jumping around it, simply enough. But
Yeah.
super jump saves a little more time, I guess.
It has a more of a risk factor for the other way as well.
It is possible to keep dashing over each of those platforms, but it's inconsistent. I can't find any setup that works for that to save like an extra 2 seconds.
Alright, so what he's gonna do here is he's gonna grab an enemy like this, and he's gonna lure these birds into this next little mini boss here. Then kill one bird like that, and then immediately kill the other arm, which will kill the mini boss as well. Otherwise, the mini boss is just like kind of a little bit of an auto-scroller, I guess, until he drops an enemy you need to kill.
Yeah, you would have to wait for those barrel enemies that spawns itself.
He's a super jump here, but you can also lure another enemy there to bounce on his head and also get on top of the little fence to actually grab it and get over it.
I think it's what I used to do.
Yep. Same here with that crow. You can also do the same thing to get on top of that little grain there. But instead, you super jump over. Now for his next arena, he's going to do a super jump inside the arena, but you can also, instead of doing that, kill a bird right here and then hopefully you drop at the right time and then bounce to the right of the arena, which will allow you to actually get around the arena. And that was really good too.
That arena skip went through so many changes. First, there was a weird corkscrew glitch where you just dash down that hole, and sometimes it just jets you out of the arena trigger zone, and then you can just walk around it. So we tried to figure out how to do that, and then it was just too hard to figure out. Then we started doing the bird strat, bring down one of those birds with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so many changes.
And nice.
Nah.
We're actually at the final level of this entire area now. It's composed of basically 4 levels, and this is the last one here.
This one's always my favorite.
Oh yeah, same here.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
rounds
perfect.
off. Dude, nice. They have another one of these bosses here, but simply enough, you just literally jump around him.
Yeah.
And now he's gone.
Yeah, the first one you can't because it's I think it stretches out so far enough, and the fence that you try to stand on is you just slide off it. You can't like do a setup at all for the portrait ghost from the beginning of the area.
Well, you can super jump it, but what happens is the camera becomes locked, so you have to do the bottom floor blind.
I remember that.
So it's like you can save 5 seconds, be blind doing it, or just let it go.
All right, I have medium C. He's going to do this little spinning attack here. If he does that, then it loses a little bit of time. And it's RNG if you get the correct attack on him, and I guess the point out once you get there. But the entire boss fight is he'll get vulnerable, and then he'll go into these little cups here. And it's luck where he goes, essentially. And where he like ends up. This boss essentially has a little bit of luck to it, but it's not like huge amounts of luck, just a little hard. Or it's just a little tiny bit.
Hope everyone has good eyes for the last one.
He's not giving the best luck so far, though. I guess I'll explain it now. Basically, if he'll twirl his cane, and if he does that, he actually can still be hit. But if he does that little spinning attack there, then he cannot be hit during that. I think I'm going to concentrate for the last two cups here, because they're a little hard to see.
Twitch won't see it with the lag that's going on there for him.
Alright, it's up for cane trolls here, just so you can actually show it. Nope.
Yeah.
Not a single cane twirl.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
All right, focus. Yep, there you go.
Nice.
I was messing this guy up a lot.
Hey!
You just fall right out.
Perfect. You actually can't die after you kill a boss like that.
In the next level, Pecan Sands, it's probably the best level in the game because instead of it, like the levels have been designed to be like corn door hallways and stuff, but this is more like think of Tall Mountain in Mario 64. They give you freedom.
Yeah, you can go.
Space.
Yeah, you can go around a whole level. This is not like from point A to point B. This is like a huge surround sandbox level, kind of literal.
Yep.
Which also makes it. This is one of the shortest levels, besides like World 1.
Even with all the 6 crystals, it's still one
Yeah,
of the short
even the
levels.
crystal.
I think you said it earlier, but essentially, these little mini-games here, you have to actually ground pound enemy into them. And you can't unlock it by just ground pounding it normally, like some of the other ones. That's why you get an enemy like that to ground pound into it. It's actually the World 2, the second boss in the game right there, in that little pit. You know, the one with the claws that just tries to hurt you and stuff. Nice super jump there.
I took a chance on that.
Yeah.
So you can see him right there, just barely.
Yeah, there's like no point in fighting them. Even for 100%ing this game, there's still no point in fighting them. He
You
just
just
gives you
kinda-
coins, I think.
He just kind of shows up, just chilling.
Yeah.
All right, another arena skip coming up right here.
I remember this spot. Especially after
Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah, that skips an arena just down there.
Yeah.
Normally the game wants to go down like a sand slide to get to it, but in that case you just do a dash jump around.
Oop. Ate your
Yeah.
input?
Yeah, I did.
Dang.
No, I just walked off. Felt like going for a walk.
Time for any donations?
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
We have a $50 donation from Trumaga. It says, thanks for the amazing marathon. Keep up the great work. $10 from Yaru Senai. Hello, everyone. I'm watching every AGDQ event there is. Wario World has been one of my favorite games as a kid, and I used to go back to it frequently when I still had my GameCube. Watching the many tricks in this game really makes me nostalgic. Keep doing the awesome work you do.
Alright, so now he's going up to the boss after getting the last crystal there. As you can see, he kind of just went around the entire place by just jumping on that head. And then he just super jump up here to skip having to throw a few scissors at the wall there in order to actually jump up there.
I was so proud of actually getting that super jump to get up there during the race, but I forgot a crystal, so I had to go back.
Nice. He also just jumps on top of that area there just to actually skip another enemy as a kill. But now with this boss, he's going to throw these arms at him, and then he's going to ground pound his next one into him, because otherwise the arms that spawn as well could potentially get in his way. There's a little bit of safety thing. Oh, like that.
There we go.
Oh my god. It's probably the fastest boss in the game to do it correctly, but it's still a hard boss if you mess it up.
Yeah, those hands block his shots.
If you don't hurt him fast enough as well, he'll start like spinning around and shooting fire at you, and he can't. It takes like 15 seconds or so. It's annoying because he can't do anything during it. It destroys all his hands.
All right, here comes another juggle boss, kind of like the sumo lizard Dynamite. This one is also, you'll see.
I love the noise he makes.
Good thing there's all these barrels around us. Yeah, that's one hit.
All right, one more.
Yep.
And that's the entire boss. Just like that.
The
A little bit lag.
Ah, the lag.
Yep.
Yep, that's Captain Skull.
Very
that was
simple
the last
boss.
one.
All that lag at the end is from him exploding, and then all the coins around him as well. But if you can pause the game on the first frame, you can avoid all that lag if you're fast enough.
Time for an exciting boss fight.
Oh
The
yeah,
English
thrilling
version boss
conclusion.
this is the greatest boss in history.
So yeah, this is Black Jewel, the final boss of the game. He is very exciting. You'll be on the edge of your seat the entire time. Trust me. Here, I'm going to get to the seat actually. There you go. All right, I'm around to doing that. But yeah, he is, as we're hinting at, he's not the most exciting boss in the world, but he's the final boss, so we gotta face him. You'll see why right here. So, like I mentioned earlier in the run, there are 5 Spritlings in each world, and if you collect all 5 Spritlings in each world, they actually show up on each of these 8 phases. So what he's going to do for each phase is he's going to just dash around and destroy his crystals, which contains Spritlings. There's the only Spritling you
Yeah,
saved
that was that
earlier,
Sprightling that you saved.
which is the required one. We can't get around or anything. And we're going to do this 8 times in a row, essentially.
Yep, it's that. 7 more times.
Yep.
So get comfy.
But if you want to see this game, or this boss fight, a little bit more different, Danger did do a video for a Japanese version of this fight. It is quite a lot different than this 8 times in a row. The first 4 sections is this, but with more of the Spritlings to save. And then after that, then it's a complete different fight.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you got a good 4 or 3 minutes of donation reading if you have the chance.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, we need more donations to fill that much time.
Come on, guys.
All right, so donate now. We have $20 from Anonymous. Hey guys, been watching various speedruns on and off, but never been able to donate before. Figured I'd chip in some money during this super hype Wario World run. Shoutouts to Shasta on the couch for introducing me to such a hype run. Also, donating to save the animals, because animals are people too.
Actually, really quickly as well, with his fights, you can actually get hurt by his fire here as you're ground pounding. It will actually hurt him just, let's say, a few seconds if you do that, but you don't want to do that still because it's a little bit risky, and if you mess up the timing on it, or if you accidentally hurt by it before that happens, then you just kind of just have to redo the phase again, which wastes a lot of time.
Yeah. And that costs us like 20 seconds to redo the cycle.
It's really unfortunate. But yeah, more donations.
But yeah, if you want your donation comment read, now is a pretty good time. In other news, we are still looking for donations to run the ultimate Doom after Final Doom, the Plutonia experiment. We need $25,000 for that, and we're only at $846.66. So please get your donations in for that. Make us stay here longer. Don't let us leave.
I'm only remembering that K. Rool fight is more exciting in this.
Yeah, because there's variety to it.
Oh, yeah.
I can also mention that SGDQ 2016 is sponsored by World 9 Gaming, the premier computer console and arcade gaming provider for events across the Midwest since 2005. Check out world9gaming.com. That's the number 9.
All right, just one more phase. All right, I should mention it as well, actually. He can do kind of 2 attacks. Essentially, he can kind of, like, after he kills the 3rd crystal or so, he can like kind of shoot fire right here and just barely get past it. And then he'll start doing this attack here. Sometimes he'll just shoot fire normally and get past it easily.
Black Jewel just gives up, starts shooting you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Here's the final hits.
Get ready for time.
Yeah, get ready for time.
It's when Wario stops moving here.
Time.
Yep. So because we didn't save like any of the spritlings, you're going to see one of them here unlocked. The rest are just in cages still.
Hey, 47 Danger.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
That's even with the arena.
Yeah.
So sub 48.
Good stuff.
So yeah, here's all the spritlings we saved.
All one of them.
Oh yeah.
They're so sad.
So yeah, this game also has like an ending, multiple endings as well, depending on how many spritlings you save. So saving one will give you the, well, I'd say the best ending. But if you even save one more spritling rather than just one, you get a different ending. And then it goes on from after that and that.
And if you are curious at what would happen if like you'd never collected that spritling, the game still behaves as normal and you still get the bad ending, but he's in a box.
He talks to you in a box.
So yeah, that's Wario World.
Yep, that's Wario World.
This game is awesome. It's a really awesome run. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Should we show them what the ending looks like? It's only like a minute and a half credit.
Oh yeah, that should be fun.
Okay, yeah. We can wait.
If you have donations or anything you want to say, you can probably go ahead with that as well.
Yeah.
We just got a couple of donations in. We have $5 from Anonymous. Shout out to Ricky B. Dog Batches, who introduced me to GDQ. Here's $10 from Freeman Ooh. From me, my fiance, and our 6 cats to help fill time. This is for a great cause.
That's a lot of cats.
$5 from Hylian Shroom. When are we going to get another Wario Land game? Get on
Wario
it,
World.
Nintendo.
Wario World game.
One of those too.
Yeah.
By the way, kill the animals. They don't deserve to live. $5 from Dusk Sparkle. Way to stomp Wario World. Let's go. Here's Eric Beller with $5.01. Hey guys, 4th time donating. I'm trying to donate every day. Good luck to all of the runners, and of course, save the animals. 1 cent goes to Reader's Choice. Obviously, that's going to Ultimate Doom, so add a penny to that.
All right, almost to the end here. So a little bit more, and we'll see a really awesome ending. It actually is pretty cool, though. I think it's worth the wait, by the way.
Yep. A great game by Treasure. All right.
So there we go.
So here's the ending. You don't necessarily get your castle back, but
You get a tent in the water.
yeah.
Just as good, if not better than that castle.
Yeah, that's Wario World.
That's Wario World.
I also like he still has his throne here, too, by the way. He loses his castle, but he still has his throne there. Just because why not?
If you save one more sprite, then you get like a fortress that looks like something from King Kong or something. But
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
But yeah, that's Wario World. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yep.
Thank you, Dangerless, for that Wario World run. Coming up next is Hasty Aether with a 50-star run of Super Mario 64 DS.